What's going on, fantasy football fans? You're tuned in to CouchCast, the official podcast of Fantasy Couch. We are live on our second YouTube channel right now. It's called Fantasy Couch Podcast. A lot of you guys know about our first YouTube channel, but not our second. So go on YouTube and check it out. It's Fantasy Couch Podcast. Just search for it. Tap on that orange couch icon and you'll find it. And of course, we're live on the YouTube, so it's much more fun live. We're going to be answering live Q&A, and we upload this on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher as well, so you guys can listen to it or watch it. By the way, my name is Hussein the Brain, and we're with our co-host, Mike Mattal. What's up, man? What's going on today?
What's up, man? Crazy day. And I'm glad that you shared with me the growth numbers of our second YouTube channel. Thanks everyone out there for watching. We really appreciate your guys' support, and we hope it just keeps on growing.
Yeah, we gained nearly 100 subscribers from our last podcast. I think we just gained at least 2. I mean, I'm not checking every second, but I know we gained at least 2 or 3 just the past few minutes. So that was amazing. Gabriel is in the building. He claims that he's very proud that he is in a non-racist league. So congratulations for that. We give you much respect, much props. And he's referring to what happened on the last live stream, which was somehow better than what happened on the previous live stream on probably definitely the best fantasy football live stream ever. That's the show Hack My Lineup. It's just it's an amazing show, and 2 weeks before something crazy happened, and then last week something happened, and yesterday something crazy happened, and we had a league that seemed very weird, and I didn't want to show it because it seemed like it was racist, and the guy asked him like, "Hey, are you joking? Are you really racist?" And he wasn't really answering me straight up, and everyone like booed, and like everyone's like booted him out. They're like, "Peace, get out of here." Like, see, the dude left. And I was like, maybe. See, I don't know what was going on, but maybe I think he just forgot he was racist. Like, he forgot the league. He forgot the league was racist. To him, it's normal. And then when I pulled it up, he was like, "Oh crap, I forgot. Like, we're all racist." So I think he was just like in total shock. People forget stuff because that's what people forget it all. They forget that they have a crazy logo. They forget they have a really embarrassing team name or something. So it is what it is. Alberto's in the building. Antonio's in the building. What's up, man? Ryan, what's up? It's money. This guy can't wait, right? So he goes, "Hey, Couch. Quick question. I like when they butter me up. They usually like, "Man, you're the best." By the way, can you answer my question, please? Which actually I appreciate much more than people like giving me commands. Like they go like, "Rate my team." Like,
please.
Yeah, I mean, I like commands, but I appreciate you asking kindly better. So I appreciate that.
Good manners. Good manners.
Ingram, Breda, or Kerryon Johnson. Start 2, sit 1 PPR. I'm starting Ingram. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. I think you'd sit Johnson in that case because he has probably the least amount of touches out of those 3. What'd you say?
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I wouldn't start Breda is the injury, but I think that's not much of a concern because he's been playing through it. So I agree.
If he's playing. Like, you have to assume he's going to be,
Yeah. So I would agree. Go with Breda. Francisco, what's up, man? Fresh baller in the building again. Jabber, thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Thursday Night Football. What a game, right, guys? That was amazing. Garbage time is just, we all love that in fantasy football. And man, I can't get enough of garbage time, especially when I own a lot of Colts players. Can't get enough of that. Yeah, lots of scoring.
About one of them, about one Colts player in particular. Didn't you make a video about?
Oh, who's the next Kamara?
Yes, who is the next Alvin Kamara? A very popular YouTube video we did. And who did you say would be the next Come on.
Nyheim Hines, but he won't be. but for the people that commented, I did explain myself. I'm like, people are like, there's no this year's Kamara. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not. But I'm like, this is a fun way and creative way to talk about the chance that there could be a huge rookie running back that gets drafted in the double-digit rounds or not drafted at all. And what's funny is Nyheim Hines is drafted at the exact same spot Alvin Kamara was last year, round 13. So that's pretty interesting. And the guy is a really good receiver. And with Mac coming back, he's gonna still have a role, kind of like a Duke Johnson was on the Browns, except for this year. Kind of like Darren Sproles, something like that. So I'm pretty proud that Nyheim Hines is working out. I think he was only owned in like 0.4% of leagues or something crazy, and I never dropped him. I own him in over half my leagues. So
wow.
I actually started him in a few leagues.
It's me this week.
Yeah, this week, of course. I was starting him against you. Hey, it's PPR, so why not, right?
We're battling the co-founder bowl.
It's looking good though. Like it kind of was looking like I'd lose, but then Luck and Nyheim Hines did well. So now I think it's going to be a close one. I think we got a good matchup.
I knew it wasn't going to be easy. You take out the brain that easily. So we'll see what happens, but it's going to be a good game. I definitely see it as being a close game.
Yeah, I love it when we got matchups like that. And then we have we're going to talk Le'Veon Bell, James Conner, because people want to talk about that. We talk about what people want to talk about, and then we talk about stuff we want to talk about, like Nyheim Hines. Like yesterday, I changed this guy's team name to Gregory Hines because he had Nyheim Hines, and I was like, I'm changing it.
You think anyone got it? Like anyone under 30 got that reference?
I was thinking there's a good chance nobody would get it, but a lot of people got it. There's a lot of people watching are around our age, like around same demographics, same type of peoples, Couch fam. So people get it. I think some people laughed and they probably didn't get it at all. They just pretended they got it.
Like,
his name was like R.I.P. Shady or something. It didn't make sense. And he had a picture of Antonio Brown. I mean, it didn't really make sense, right? So I just changed it to R.I.P. Gregory Hines. It's Nyheim Hines.
Funnier. I mean,
hey, you don't know what you're gonna get on Hack My Lineup. You don't know what's gonna happen. That's what makes it awesome. It's the mystery, it's the emotion, it's the intensity, it's being on stage. So we're talking Le'Veon Bell, we're talking Connor, and then Mike, you want to talk a little bit about Jameis Winston, but of course we're here to answer all your questions. Unless there's just way too many, we'll try to answer as many as we can. This channel's growing. It used to be a small campfire. Now it's kind of grown. It's like what is this? Like a sanctuary? What is this place now? What do we call it? It's not a campfire.
It's definitely not a campfire. I would say it's more like a small music festival. Maybe.
Small music festival, like an indie,
like an indie music festival with like 500 people. Close to 500. Like
maybe in 2 weeks we'll get there.
Yeah. So that's a good enough.
We'll answer all your questions. We'll go through all the topics. But first, I want to shout out to our sponsors, PFF, that's Pro Football Focus. And you guys can join PFF Edge for full access to PFF's player projections, matchup charts, and of course, their award-winning fantasy content. Use promo code MVP20 to save 20% on your subscription. If you're into high stakes and NFL lines like Mike and I are, you can also get PFF Elite and get Premium Stats 2.0 for exclusive player performance stats across every position. Elite subscribers also get the new PFF Greenline Pick Center and DFS Optimizer. I have Elite. I love the PFF grades, and of course the wide receiver cornerback matchup is very useful. Get to see which cornerbacks are likely going to be going up against which wide receivers. PFF Fantasy is awesome, guys. And I believe, don't quote me on it, I'm not 100% sure, I'm like 90% sure. If you get it now, it'll cover you all the way till next year. So you'll be, if you like the NFL draft and whatnot during the spring, it'll cover all that as well. So make sure you guys sign up at profootballfocus.com and use promo code MVP20 to save 20%. Join PFF Fantasy today and prepare to win. So what I was doing was I was doing hand gestures and like stuff when I film vocals. You know me filming like commercial voiceovers and stuff. And for a minute, I
Yeah.
forgot like I'm on video, so they got to see all that stuff. Yeah, like I'm rapping, like doing stuff with my hands and like getting hella into it and stuff. I mean, like I nailed it. I nailed that promo,
Yeah.
but I forgot that it's filming. So I was like, damn it. Looked just like a little bit silly, like a little bit silly. Non-hype beast is apologizing to us. Sorry he's late. We accept. At least I can't speak for much. I accept your apology for being 5 minutes late. Don't do it again.
I'm disappointed, but I accept your apology.
Apology accepted. Welcome to the couch, fam. What do you want, Mike? Questions? These guys want questions. If it's up to them, it would be questions all day.
Let's do it. Let's do something for
questions,
the people.
questions.
Questions.
New England backfield finally legit. That's exactly what me and Mike were talking about right before we hopped on. You can start both James White and Michelle in any format, right?
I think so. I think this game just solidified that. They're both viable, especially in PPR if you have White. So I don't know. I like it. I like where this is going now that Burkhead is out of the picture.
Complex Gamer says, good call on Luck over Dalton on the Instagram. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Fantasy Couch. All I have to say to that is, it's not over yet. There's still plenty of time for me to be wrong this week. But Luck was a great start, though. Luck did great.
He's on my my featured. He was on my start
Luck
list this week.
Yeah, I figured it went. A lot of times it doesn't go exactly how you plan it, but this is exactly how I planned it. Patriots dominate on offense. Andrew Luck gets some garbage time points. He's going to throw the ball. They threw the ball a lot. In the second half, they exclusively threw the ball. It was insane. So it is. Someone else had to, I told someone to start Ebron, and they absolutely loved it. Ebron over Rudolph. It wasn't that big of a thing, but if you don't, if you're not keeping up on fantasy every week, I guess that was a big deal. But they thank me. Ebron, man, he went off. He got over 30 points. It's insane. Okay,
he's great. I mean, with Doyle out, he should be, a T1 automatic.
You know what we learned today? It learned even more. Even if we knew this already, it's proven. I'll put it like it's proven how much Luck likes to throw to the tight end. This is how much he likes to throw the tight end. Jack Doyle was getting a ton of targets. Believe just that first game, right? And then he got injured. So Jack Doyle, ton of targets. Ebron, good amount of targets, good amount of quality targets, good amount of red zone targets. So both of them did. And also Luck did it with Dwayne Allen and who's that guy who looks kind of like a caveman? Kobe Fleener.
Kobe Fleener.
Yeah. So he did it with those two. And now, look at this. Ebron is doing very well this game, right? He comes off. He seems a little bit banged up. Comes off for a couple plays. And then he throws a touchdown to Swoop, who's, I guess, the third string tight end. And then he throws another touchdown to Swoop later, and that gets overturned. And so they're on the 1 yard line. The very next play, he throws a touchdown to Ebron. So it's pretty evident that Luck loves his tight ends, especially with Hilton. Nyheim Hines, that's it, yeah.
That's his best.
It's probably not an ideal red zone, like a goal line receiving target. Not ideal, definitely not like a tight end. He's a small receiver. Nyheim Hines is super fast, man, super fast. What else we got? Good call on Luck. White and Michelle, hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Rodgers or Stafford, they play each other as well. You know what's going on in Green Bay, Mike?
What?
He's asking if you should start Rodgers or Stafford this week. They play against each other.
What do I think? Yeah, I think that you should always go with. I think this is tough because usually I would say you always have to go with Rodgers, right? It's no matter what. Depending on matchup, but the fact is, all his receivers are pretty banged up. Devontae Adams is banged up. Allison got a concussion. Cobb got hurt already. So I kind of have to lean to Stafford, as crazy as it sounds. But I'm gonna go with
I don't
Stafford.
even know, man. I don't even know what's Vegas think on this one. This is an interesting one because every
Let me look.
single receiver, like you said, everyone is hurt. So I mean, maybe all three wide receivers and Jimmy Graham goes, or maybe we see two nobodies at wide receiver. So Green Bay is
So
favored to win by 1, and the over/under
yeah,
is 50. So this sounds like a Aaron Jones breakout game yet again. Like
it
it
does.
sounds like
It says
Aaron
Aaron
Jones.
breakout all over it. Yeah, I agree. But I think Detroit wins this game. I just have a weird feeling about this at home. I think the Packers are more banged up than people think. I think they upset the Packers
Yeah.
here.
So honestly, I don't know. What I'll tell you is I want to give you some kind of answer. You just have to wait. So Friday's practice will tell us a lot about the wide receivers on Green Bay. So just make sure you check up on their statuses. I traded Fournette for Landry and Michelle. Looks like I won that trade.
Wow. Yeah, you clearly
Yeah,
won. There's no
Fournette's going to be playing like 6 games.
When did you do that? Like last week?
He said
or
2
like,
weeks ago.
Dang, someone actually accepted that. I guess 2 weeks ago, before you knew about Michelle's breakout.
Yeah, it could have been right before Rex Burkhead was sent to IR.
Right. That's a great timing trade. Like that's
man.
amazing. Good job.
I'll take 22 points. I'm playing it safe, playing a pretty bad team this week. Yep. That's the guy who started Luck. Antonio got offered Christian McCaffrey and or Luck for Wilson and or Michael Thomas. What do you guys? Well, I don't think it's and or. I guess it's C-Mac and Luck for Wilson and Mike Thomas. That's what makes sense.
That makes sense. That's a I don't know what to do there. That's
I like
tough.
this.
I could make a case for both.
Ooh.
Ahead,
yeah, no,
ahead.
this is crazy because Wilson kind of sucks.
He
like
sucks.
Luck.
So like Luck upward, yeah. Like Luck's much better, so you're definitely winning that head-to-head quarterback. But like, so are you going with? Is it PPR? That's another.
It's
big
not
thing.
that crazy though. If you PPR, Mike Thomas is very valuable in PPR as well. I think you go with the C-Mac.
The value of
C-Mac because C-Mac's valuable regardless.
True.
He's a running back.
True.
Like that. You can always use a.
Yeah, that's like a tiebreaker to me.
Go with C-Mac. Go with C-Mac and Luck. No, you gotta go C-Mac and Luck. That's a definite answer. I don't know why it got me thinking. This is a thinking podcast today.
But if you know that Michael Thomas will finish as wide receiver 1, do you still make that trade?
Well, yeah, I don't think he will.
I'm just saying, like, if you knew he'd be like finished as a top.
If you have any, and you have to really think. If I really answer it, yes, you go Michael Thomas because there's no guarantees in life. I told this. Yeah, I answer the questions really dumb sometimes. And this guy, we're gonna talk about Le'Veon Bell, guys. And I'm like, look, there's no guarantees coming back. And I said to this guy, look, you think the sky's gonna be blue tomorrow? You'd say, oh, 100% it's gonna be blue. I swear to God, guys, I woke up. I go on my computer, I'm looking, the sky is red. And you're like, what are you guys talking? There was a bunch of fires in California, and the sky was literally red one day. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to wake up and the sky's not blue, yeah, there's no certainties in life, man. There is none. Tomorrow is not granted. Tomorrow is not just given. You don't know what's going to happen. So you tell me this guy's wide receiver 1. I mean, those other 3 guys to me are like, dude, I don't know if those guys are going to be alive the next day. You telling me Mike Thomas is going to be wide receiver 1? That's a certainty. So.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility, like a high.
Oh, now we're talking about like 90. So now we're at like 90% he's going to be wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you
he's
knew,
100%. 100% is different. You do it. Okay. Well, I don't know about this hypothetical anymore. Because it's not real, but no, you just got to get C-Mac. I don't know.
C-Mac's more valuable. I mean, he's more valuable.
Non-hype beast. Pick 2: Galladay, AJ Green, Watkins, Sanu, or Landry. So Sanu is out. Watkins is out. So now we're stuck with Mike. Let me narrow it down for you: Galladay, AJ Green, and Landry. So 2 out of those 3.
Well, I definitely want Galladay against the
And
Packers,
AJ Green.
and probably AJ
Dude,
Green.
I
Yeah.
love Jarvis. I actually would go Jarvis over Galladay, but just keep tabs on his injury. He has some kind of lingering injury.
Like Baltimore though, Baltimore
They
secondary
have
is
Jimmy
good. Like they,
Smith back? Yeah, they have Jimmy Smith back.
so that kind of puts a damper on his ceiling a little bit if Jimmy Smith's back,
Man,
which
that's
he
a
is.
tough one, though. But hard to argue. How am I going to argue against you? Galladay's going to get his. It's going to be a shootout.
And it's shootout central. The Browns games looks like it's gonna be. Let's see the line. Let's see.
Oh,
Just to
I
be
can tell
curious.
you
So
it's not. It's not a shootout.
no, I
It's
mean
not a
like
shootout.
over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's 46. So that's like, I mean, but they have been airing it out, the Ravens and the Browns. So
Yeah, but has Jarvis even? He hasn't really done well. You know
no,
what I
he
mean?
hasn't. He
Like
has.
he's been okay, but just like I don't just trust that connection there. You know Stafford's throwing it. You know that's
Yeah,
gonna
and
happen.
AJ Green is gonna have like his
Well,
ceiling's
that's the
pretty
number
high.
one. You definitely start him. Okay.
Yeah, but he's a much better red zone threat. I would like target than Landry has
Yeah,
shown
Landry's
to
not a
be.
big touchdown guy. The touchdowns were a bit of a fluke last year.
Exactly.
Okay, Val asked. Sorry, I don't know your whole name, but Val, Odell, Cooks, Juju, Alshon, or Ridley.
There's too many
Three to
options.
start.
Okay. Cooks, you should definitely start. Who's the first one?
I actually think you got to start Juju and Odell.
Oh, you said three though. Juju, Odell, and Cooks.
And well, what about Alshon?
I don't know. I would start Cooks over Alshon, I think.
Let me see. Okay, you got to start Odell and Juju.
Yeah, like you have to start Juju for sure.
That's
I don't
quite
know.
the shootout we have there. Atlanta at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like that's a for sure.
We don't trust either defense, and both quarterbacks should be just killing it, man. Just throwing back, just throwing bombs all day.
It's gonna be in the high 60s or low 70s.
Okay, so let me see. Alshon, he's gonna be okay, and then we have Cooks. Yes, go with what Mike said. Go with Cooks, Juju, and Odell. Enough said.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. When you draft Odell, you have to either make some crazy trade or just be stubborn and die with him. Like you have to.
You usually
Just die. Just lose the league. Start him and lose the league. Because what else are you gonna do? What are you really gonna bench Odell? Like it's not even. He doesn't even have a bad matchup.
You don't bench him. You just trade him.
Yeah,
Like,
you either
that's
have
all
to do a
can
creative trade or you start him
Yeah.
and lose or win with him. Like that's exactly what you do. Like there was a play on the Cardinals like 2 weeks ago, and I think it
Yeah.
was Josh Rosen's first. He was coming in right or something. One of those like around that time. It's fourth down. They have a chance to tie the game. You know they have a chance to win, and they give it to the running back. And they get stopped. You know what the problem was? Running back was Chase Edmonds. For God's sakes, put in David Johnson and die with David Johnson. Like you either you win with him or lose with him. I'm not winning or losing with Chase Edmonds on fourth down. Are you kidding me? Like I don't know. That's exactly how it is though. You know, we're talking about coaches making decisions. It's the same thing as an owner. You're gonna bench Odell. You drafted him. Have some faith in him.
You knew who he thought he was, or whatever.
Yeah, I thought the Giants' O-line would be a little bit improved, but what do I know? Still looks like crap. At least it's getting better from the first couple games.
Well, at least they have Saquon now, so that's a start.
Sharkandrick West is doing tryouts with the Bucks. Any thoughts about the RB situation in Tampa? I know it's early. Yeah, I saw that today. Sharkandrick West from... I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but I'll just say it. I'll just say he was going to another team originally. I guess that didn't work out, and so he's going with the Bucks. You know, I don't know if he's gonna sign. You know that to me he's a guy that's been bouncing around, not getting signed. So we don't know if he's gonna get signed or not. The Shark West catch well. I honestly don't know.
Believe so, from what I recall in like 2 years ago. I think, well, not like elite level, but he's like decent. Like he can. I mean, he doesn't
Because
drop.
Charles Sims is the one that's injured, Ronald Jones can't catch. So it's like I'm trying to figure out like is that why they're signing? They want a pass catching back. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what signing Shark West will do.
I think it's more of like in case Ronald Jones is like can't do it, we have insurance, some more insurance in case we have to just you know admit that they drafted someone
If
too
I remember
high.
correctly, he does have speed though. He's a fast player, so we'll
Yeah.
see what he's doing. Yeah, so I know somebody who knows Shark West. That's all I'm gonna say. Cam Newton or Blake Bortles? Start Cam. I'll take this one, Mike. Start Cam Newton.
Damn, come
Let me
on,
take the credit on
really?
this. Come on. Antonio likes the C-Mac side from that trade. Major fixes: Mike Williams or Doug Baldwin.
Oh, Mike Williams for
So
sure.
Mike Williams plays the Raiders, and Baldwin plays the Rams.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. This is a bounce back. Yeah, I know Williams didn't really
Man,
show
that's
up.
tough, but
Is that
yeah, but
tough? I mean,
it's because look, if Baldwin was healthy, this is easy for me. You go
oh
Baldwin.
no, yeah, obviously. I have Baldwin in our league. I'm not starting
The
him this
Rams
week. Like,
defense against Russell Wilson, scary things is gonna happen.
oh, bad things. He might not make it through the game. I mean, sad to
Yeah,
say,
and this
but
is the first like Russell Wilson always comes out alive. He always comes out, for some reason like he just knows how to avoid. This is the game where he doesn't know how to avoid that. Like it's gonna be
well,
bad.
he did. I mean, he did though. He did do well. I mean, against the Bears pass rush, like he didn't get
But
destroyed.
the Rams always got their number, dude. Eh.
I know, but they did. I mean, is Talib and who's the
So
other
I
corner?
think
Marcus Peters.
Talib is out and Marcus Peters is in. So
Okay, well that at least helps him a little bit, but
I
it
don't
is gonna
know.
be
I mean, he
tough.
did lose receivers from those years as well. Russell Wilson and Baldwin's injured, so I I
Yeah,
I I don't know, man. I'll just defer to Mike, I guess, because that's I wouldn't want to start Baldwin. I just wouldn't.
I'm not like, and
This
I
game's
wouldn't.
gonna be a shootout, man. I see Derek Carr doing well. I see Lynch doing well. I see Amari Cooper and Jordy could have good games, and I see the Chargers rolling. Eckler's a good start. Melvin Gordon's a good start. Rivers is a good start. I think I've been telling people to start Rivers and bench Mahomes this week.
I'm doing that. I
Are you
actually
doing? Oh
am
yeah,
doing
you
that.
drafted both of them.
Mahomes.
Crap, I totally forgot. And it's close though, guys. Like I'm talking about, I project Rivers to score about 1.5 more points. But I'm like, dude, it's a shootout.
Yeah, but you gotta. It's a sure
Mahomes
thing
hasn't been
that he's.
fully tested yet. Like I like Mahomes. I still think he's a QB1 this week. But
Yeah.
I think this is the game, man. And Chargers aren't home too. I think Rivers is just gonna. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, let's calm down and let's barely. No, they're gonna. Both teams are like fired up to score 50 points each. They're gonna try their hard. They know this is an important game. Each team, Raiders and Chargers, very
Oh
important
yeah.
game for them. They're not gonna let off the pedal at all. So
Mhm.
then Mike's doing that too. He's going Rivers over Mahomes.
We'll find out if it was a mistake. But I do think like it's just way less risky than starting Mahomes at Jacksonville. Even though you could argue that Mahomes is matchup proof at this point. He's been obviously the best quarterback so far, but it's just like he's just too inexperienced, I feel like, to just plug him in and think
Yeah,
he's gonna
there's a few
you
ways
know,
it can go wrong for him, and there's a few ways he can be mediocre. With Rivers,
yes.
I see the Chargers doing well, so I figure they're scoring touchdowns, and both Melvin Gordon and Eckler can catch too. So
Yeah, the line for the game, the Oakland and LA game is 52.5. So that
that's a
leaves me to
lot of points. It's a lot of
yeah,
points, guys.
it's overs. That has to be overs.
Non-hype beast.
To
The
me.
rest of the season is Sony Michel a RB2 or a flex. To me, he's an extremely
Two. Sure.
high-end RB2.
Yeah,
Top
what?
top 15 running back, guys. Top 15 running back. So he's really pushing that RB1 status right now. He's really close. Yeah. He's RB2 on the edge of almost becoming an RB1.
I'm glad I picked him up right in time. I put him in my flex.
Oh, you found him on waivers?
Yeah, someone dropped on him like before the Rex Burkhead news.
You're dirty. Oh, you're so dirty for that. Oh man, I wish I had waivers like that. I can't play with any of these guys, dude. They know all my strategies. They draft all my players. They watch my waiver videos and put in the waiver claims that I want before I do. That's what happens when you're a YouTuber, huh? Everyone just they know exactly what you're gonna do. It's annoying. Can't do anything with you guys. Yet I still continue to have you guys. I invite you guys in my league because that's what that's what they want to do, Mike. They want to be. I beat the brain. So I give them the opportunity to say that. They're like, "Oh, I beat you." I'm like, all right.
Remember that forever.
Can you in my tombstone? I beat the brain week 6. I beat the brain in 2017. Damn, dog. What place did you get in? Huh? Put that on your tombstone too. Where'd you finish? Huh? That's what's important, where you finish at the end. All right, we got to get focused here. Do I sell high on Mike Evans now that Winston is back? This is cracking me up because I'll tell you what. And I need a tight end. My wide receivers are Alshon, Baldwin, Thielen, and Mike Williams. The sell high, Mike Evans, I'm sorry to say, the train is kind of the ship it's left the dock. It started to sail. Because the magic is gone there, right? It's like at the end of a concert, Mike, when everyone's leaving, or after a game and there's just heck of traffic and stuff. You're still with all the people that went there, but it's kind of over. The hype is gone.
I think you could fool someone.
He's still great, but I just don't have him as a pure sell high candidate. Sell high, like Diggs after that one game. That's when you sold high.
Last week he was so high. Yeah, before the magic fizzled out. Yeah, that would have been.
If you sold him right before week 3, now that's a sell high candidate.
That's a sell high. Yeah.
So Mike Evans, I think you keep him, dude. I think you keep him because what you're gonna do is you're gonna probably get value for him. So you'll make a fair trade and you'll get value for him, but I don't think you'll be able to swindle anybody.
Why don't you sell Thielen or sell someone else? Sell someone, that you compare.
Or sell him later. Plan to sell Thielen. Will have another good game this week. Sell Thielen after this week. Alshon, you can't sell him. He'll be good rest of the season, guys, if he's healthy. Mike Williams, you can't sell him right now because he just had a bad game. So look for the future.
Sell one of those wide receivers. He's way deep.
Yeah, you can sell Thielen now or wait. He'll have another good game this week against the Eagles. He will. So you can sell him right after this. Be like, dude, he just played the Eagles. Remember how good they used to be last year?
Yeah.
Is it bad to play without defense? Yes. The answer is yes, McLeod.
What do you mean?
So if he has the Bears D on bye and he just doesn't want to add another defense. Yes, it's bad. Don't do that. Don't do it. Just drop a player. Just get that. Just like in the real NFL, guys, every week is important to win. So if I'm gonna add a crappy defense like the Cardinals defense, I'm starting the Niners defense in a deep league. I'm starting the Niners D, dude. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get whatever points. If the Niners D gives me 4 points, 6 points, that's awesome. I'm doing it, and I'm trying to get the win. I'm swinging the bat every time. I'm not going there and bunting the ball. I'm not going there and being like, oh, I'm not going to take, I'm going to take the L this week. I don't care. No, get that W. You may need that W later on.
What about, if you're playing someone who's 0-4, would you start a defense but not start a kicker?
I'd start them both, dude. That's the exact point I made.
What if you're playing a team that you're pretty sure you can beat? I'm doing it.
I'm starting a kicker and getting that W.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, how many times we see surprises? Every week we see tons of surprises, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you saw my bench last week. Did you expect Nyheim Hines? I had Nyheim Hines in a huge part of my video. right?
Yeah.
I did not expect him to get whatever he got, 25 fantasy points or
No one
29.
did.
Yeah, nobody did. But I would be the only guy who would, out of anybody. I'd be the number one guy being on, hey, Nyheim Hines. Like, I talked about picking him up. I talked about starting him. I didn't see him, doing all that. So,
Yeah. Well, now your prediction
yeah, I mean,
came
it's just,
true.
it's going to be wild. Like, this is the type of scenario where you do that, you lose this game, and then you still make the playoffs, but you don't get the bye week, and then you get a round one exit. Like, you don't want, why? Because you didn't want to get a kicker? Just do it. Just move forward. Always be aggressive. Always put the pedal to the metal. And you know what? That's way more fun. Losing, there's fun. Look, losing always sucks. You don't ever want to. I don't want to ever be like, well, winning's not important. Well, like, yes, it's winning that's the goal. I get it, but there's way better ways to lose. I'd rather lose like that. Like, hey, I was trying to win this week. I went hard. I'd rather go hard or go home. Don't be in between. That's the way to do it, guys. You're gonna have more fun that way. It is what it. Don't look back. Just make calculated decisions. Be confident, not cocky, and just go for it every week. Now, there's going to be exceptions to the rule, like that one girl who's in our Facebook group, Mike, has 3 bench spots. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. So in that league, yeah, maybe if you have the Bears D, then you start, But in a normal league where you have 5 to 8 bench spots, yeah, pick up a defense, pick up a kicker, go for it. Hines did well today, too. His future looked good, as in fantasy. That's a great...
This will be known as the Nyheim Hines
This is
podcast.
the Gregory Hines podcast.
How many is he paying us to talk about it?
Chemo, should I drop Demaryius Thomas for Doug Baldwin? Oh, and he just deleted it. He probably... The answer to that was yes, Chemo.
I think, yeah. I was like, wait, that's not that crazy.
Dude, Demaryius Thomas is running routes that are like 2 inches down the field. Like, let's stop. This Bronco, there's no Elway back there throwing the ball. It hasn't been for years.
You mean Peyton Manning? Like that would have been
more relevant, yeah.
More relevant, yeah.
I thought Elway's still there. He's, in the booth making decisions. Will Breeze break the NFL passing yards record on Monday night? I don't know the record. I don't know what he's having.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Is he right there? I'll look at the graphic if he breaks it. I'll tell you that. I'll be like, and I always judge the graphic. I'll be, oh, that's a good graphic.
Yep.
Do you guys think Drake will pick things up? Somebody did not like Drake. Somebody else. I guess I'll say no, because why hasn't he done anything so far? I gave him one last week, and I gave him one. This was his last week, and he failed. So, nah, I'm not with it. So, guys, okay, what about Le'Veon Bell said. Let me tell me if I'm wrong. It was reported that Le'Veon Bell said he would return week 7 during the bye week, and that's being implying that he'll be ready to go week 8. What are your thoughts about that, Mike?
Well, I actually am in a league where I drafted Le'Veon number 1, and then I picked up Connor as his handcuff, and then another league where I got Connor off waivers. So I'm very invested in this particular topic. I don't like the news that Le'Veon wants to come back to the Steelers. I wanted him to get traded so I could have got value from both.
Jesus, like 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, like that's what I really wanted to happen. But if he is in fact coming back to the Steelers, I don't know. I just don't trust it. Like, I'd still hang on to Connor if you have him. I wouldn't trade him because I think, like, I don't know. Anything can happen. This could be true. This could be not. But Connor is definitely the much safer of the two. So I would be more inclined to try to trade Le'Veon as it gets closer to week 7. At least maybe you can, swindle somebody who believes that he'll be the same Le'Veon when he gets back, and then maybe get some value. But definitely Connor is the much safer, entity.
Here's one way I'm going to put it and be very, very blunt to you guys. James Conner, in the history of fantasy football, is the best handcuff ever. The most valuable handcuff. Agree, right?
I
Okay,
agree.
so you don't sell him for peanuts. Don't drop him because we're talking about the best handcuff ever.
Ever.
I mean, this is nothing close. I mean, it's such a good handcuff that the guy could be traded. The start,
The best
yeah,
running back in the league could
yeah,
be
the
traded.
starter could be traded. He could be lying. He could not show up. He could get hurt. He could pout. I don't know. We don't know what he's gonna do. So Francisco is saying, I don't think he's coming back week 7. I tweeted out and I said, hey, 84% chance he comes back. And I don't know. I mean, I wanted to put a number on. My meaning was like it's not 100%. That's the main thing I wanted to say. So it's like, what do you think? I mean, would you put a number on it? I don't want to force you to put a number on, but what do you, if you had to, like, what do you think? Is it probable? Can you put a percentage
I,
on it, Mike? Like,
I can. I think that okay, we have to ask ourselves some questions. Why is he coming back? The reason is his 800 he's losing $800,000 per game miss. Like that might seem like even for rich people like a small amount of
no, it's a
money,
lot.
but I mean, that's a
No,
lot
it's a
of
lot
money.
because
Like
remember from that Hard Knocks episode, if you invest, if you just invested that, because that's money he's losing. So in a way, that's like the money he doesn't need, right? Today, he doesn't need that money today, so he can literally take that money and just invest it, and that money could double, triple. Like over the it could be a 30-year investment. He could just put it away. So it is a lot of money, even to someone who's filthy rich. That's a lot of money.
yeah, and the main thing I think the reason why he really didn't want to report until week 8 or whatever is that he knew that if he played, since the beginning of the season, they would have ran him into the ground. So he's basically trying to, take as least hits as possible, but not take as many financial hits as possible. So it's kind of like he's meeting in the middle here by reporting at this time. So he effectively reduced the risk, but he still wants to make money for the season, so he's going to take another risk by coming back. But I do believe he comes back. If he said it himself, I believe it's got to be at
It's
least 80%.
reportedly. That's from what I know. It's reportedly that he
If
said
it's
it.
from this mouth that he said that, then I would say at least
It
80%. I mean, it
it
makes
makes
sense. It
sense.
makes
Look, he's gonna come back for those last 6 games. Otherwise, this is nothing. He's wasted a year, which it doesn't help him at all. So I think he's gonna play the last 6 games, and then I guess coming back during the bye week is gonna ease things for him. Do you see a split week 1?
Do I
Oh,
see
his
a
first
split
week back.
Oh, that's tough. I don't know. I think you gotta just use him more. Yeah, you have to use him more than Connor if he's back. Like I would say it becomes a
Oh, there's
75
no
25.
split. No,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no
Like
there's
he's
no split because let's not forget how good he is. All the stuff I throw out like, oh, the backup running back does good and this and no, dude. Le'Veon Bell is just think about how comfortable Ben is, playing quarterback with Le'Veon Bell. I mean, he's the best
yeah.
at what he does. Like, he's the best. So it's that's how important he. Like, if they had Le'Veon Bell week 1, they probably would have beat the Browns. Let
Oh,
go.
for
I mean,
sure. Yeah.
he's way better. He makes that whole offense better. And it's like, what do you defend? Like, if you don't defend Le'Veon Bell, that's disgusting. He can
Yeah.
catch the ball 5, 6, 7 times and get 20 yards off that little catch, a little 3-yard, 5-yard dump off. And then if you're focusing on stopping Le'Veon Bell, then that's when AB goes off and just torches
I
people.
think actually that you make a good point here is that I think that honestly, how Brown hasn't been as great as he has been is directly correlating to the absence of
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell.
yeah.
I think that Le'Veon Bell definitely opens up a lot of opportunities for AB on the outside, and now you see the effect of not having a Le'Veon Bell. Like people can key in on AB, and he's not having as big of a season as we're used to
Yeah,
seeing.
it's pick your poison. Like, that's exactly what it is because Le'Veon Bell can really hurt you. Like, James Conner's good. He's a good back. But Le'Veon Bell's he's way more nasty. He can take over a game. And then you got the other guy, AB, who can also take over a game. So, yeah, man, I don't see a split. Now, he might be kind of, remember last year he had a slow start. So that might happen. when he comes back. Might see a slow start, but I don't see a split. So that's what we think. Mike's saying it's 80% or more that he actually comes back. I say 84%. He's definitely going to come back those last 6 games. He might fake injuries. We talked about on the last podcast. We don't know, man. It's a guess game with this guy, but we definitely wanted to talk about that. If you have, I drafted Le'Veon Bell 3rd overall in a 20-team league, and I drafted James Conner like round 7. Which is actually quite late because that comes out to like round 14 in a 10-team league. So, I'm in the same boat as you. And if you have those two, you're actually in a great situation. So don't panic. I don't know how to get through to people that have both those guys. It's like, maybe this way I could get through to you. Just imagine if you only had one. Just imagine if you only had Le'Veon. Now you're panicking. You're dead. You're done. It's over. Your season's over. So you have both. That's amazing. You got Connor. Maybe Le'Veon Bell plays for the Jets in 3 weeks. Who knows? Anything. You're in a great situation. Even when Le'Veon Bell comes back, you still own quite the handcuff, my friend. Even when this is how crazy. Even when you see Le'Veon Bell take a carry in his first game back, you're still like, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna get hurt? Is he gonna fake an injury, dude? You wouldn't be shocked if this dude faked an injury.
No.
And then you got at least I got Connor. There you go. So, trade question. Do I take the trade or not, guys? Okay, don't be so pushy, okay? I might just want to say what the... Jeez.
Should we just segue into the lock of the week since Pittsburgh?
I want to guess guys commenting a lot. Do I trade Mixon, Sony Michel, and Devontae Adams for Bell, James Conner, and Demaryius Thomas?
No. That's a no. Stop.
This guy snuck in Demaryius, huh? He's like trying to trade. Dude, Demaryius is more than droppable.
You might only have one player out of that trade, and that's Connor.
Oh yeah, you're not starting Demaryius, and you can't start both Steelers running backs.
Yeah, so you have one starter, you're giving up 3.
Bro, and then Devontae Adams is no
receiver. That's a wide receiver.
It's not a bag of peanuts, not a bag of juju fruits. It's not a jawbreaker from 1980s, dog. Devontae Adams is legit receiver here, We're talking wide receiver 1 status.
That's a silly trade.
Dude. Mixon's coming back this week or next week, so it's like...
Yeah, if someone actually accepted that, they'd
don't do it. So, just to be clear, we like to side with Mixon, Michelle, and Adams. And I think everyone's telling him something. He's like, I just want these guys' opinion. Jameis Winston, thoughts on him? He's a starter.
I mean, well, we already discussed, Evans' stock probably goes down a little bit, but I think everyone else's remains relatively the same. I think Godwin will be viable still. Obviously, he favors Cameron Brate over
O.J. Howard's injured. He's going to be out a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I picked up Brate this week in the couch league. You're happy about that. Maybe
nice.
My tight end woes that a lot of people, I'm sure, are dealing with. And yeah, I mean, as long as he can still throw the deep ball, Deshaun Jackson should still be relevant. So, I mean, only a couple of people on that team take a hit, I think, fantasy-wise.
What happened last week? I lost the lock of the week on some... I don't like it. You lost by 1 point? Would you lose it all?
Yeah, I lost
1 point. And I lost off some total BS. In sports, I hate that, people are like, oh, this game was BS. And I don't usually lose it, guys. I was so frustrated at the Browns-Raiders game. And you know what? I know you guys were too. I know you were too. Because all the stuff that happened, a tip ball. And I'm not saying that's not Baker Mayfield's fault. But, we saw a tip ball interception. We saw Baker Mayfield make a mistake. Then we saw them get a first down. And it was overturned. And then I was like, dude, just go for it and end it. I know you're on your own 30, but just go for it. Get it. They overturned it, and everyone was shocked that they overturned it because it's like, what? How is that obviously overturned? Then it went to overtime, and then I was like, come on, just win. I got the Browns money line. That's stupid. I bet like peanuts on that game, so I'm not worried about. But it's just a frustration, and we like getting our locks right. We like doing that. Dang, you missed it by 1 point, huh? Damn.
Yeah, -4, and then it became -3. They won.
The Chiefs won, but they didn't cover the spread, I guess, apparently. This week we're looking to bounce back. We have a couple really good ones, guys. So Mike, go ahead with your lock of the week for week 5. Why week 6?
Usually I go.
Wait,
with
we're on
spreads,
week 5. Sorry, week 5. Yeah, week 5.
Week 5. Yeah. Usually I typically go spreads, but this week I'm gonna go with the over/under line, and that's over 55. Atlanta Falcons at Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is gonna be I predict gonna be mid-60s, low 70s. It's gonna be an absolute fireworks shootout. Both teams' defenses are horrendous. I don't know. Like if you don't think it is, I don't know. I think this is the makings of a huge shootout.
Must win for Falcons. Yep. Falcons defense was good, but the injuries now they're not good. Steelers defense not good. Falcons have a good O-line. Steelers have a decent O-line. This is a shootout, folks. You going over? Did you just say over 58?
Yeah, I did.
That's a risky one, but oh man, is this going to be a lot of touchdowns, guys?
If it's under, I'll be surprised.
That's a crazy one. Let me see what my advanced algorithm and suggestion tools and hack tools say. I know this doesn't hack my lineup, but I'm curious to see what they say. They say the score is going to end under 26 to 23 or 26 to 24 approximately.
I highly doubt that. That's very
What I do know is it's going to be a shootout, folks. There's going to be a lot of touchdowns. I'm going to fire up Matt Bryant as a kicker. It's going to be great. My lock of the week, Minnesota at Philadelphia. Oh, I did the same thing as you. Over 46.5 points. The Vikings defense, of course, guys, is not amazing anymore. And the Eagles defense is not quite what it was last year. It's good, but not quite what it was. I think they have a hole at the slot cornerback position, so I see Adam Thielen getting his. Once the defense like, hey, what do we do? Boom, Diggs will score. Rudolph might get a little something going on. Cousins is going to air it out, so there is some risk here with Cousins airing it out like that, but I like it, man. And then, Carson Wentz is back. He's going to be back. He's got Alshon. He's got Ertz. He's got Aguilar. He's going to be throwing the ball. They're going to be doing well. And I think they'll even be able to run against the Vikings, which that's tough to do. But there's a lot going on there. A lot of what's that called, Mike? What's the word I'm looking for? Like when things change, overturn. What's that? A lot of variance. No. From last year, like a lot's changed with the Vikings.
Oh, a lot of
turnover. That's the word. Yeah, because kind of if you look at it from the outside, as an average, if you're an average football fan, you look at it, looks like the same team, smells like the same team. It's not the same team. When you come up close, you're like, oh, this ain't it. Remember we did one of the first podcasts I did about Dalvin Cook. The O-line coach died. Dalvin Cook torn ACL. The offensive coach, he's on the Giants, now he left. That's why they scored a lot of points with Case Keenum last year. And then now you got Everson Griffin, man, with the mental health issues. I wish him the best, but that's huge. It's not just Everson Griffin is one of the best defensive players in the league. He's one of the guys that really makes that D-line go, that front seven go. And then on top of that, after all that, think about all that stuff that's happened, guys. And then you have a player that's going through that. And, you're human. Like, as a human, you're just like, dang, man, that's a lot, It's a lot. And you get and now you can't even run the ball now. So it's like, it sucks both mentally and just, just in a football sense, just in X's and O's. So that defense isn't there. I'm over 46.5. I like that. I think, Mike, you're going very bold. It's just like, discipline. You don't want to go for those huge scoring games. But this one's going to be a shootout, guys. There's no way that Steelers-Falcon game is not going to be a shootout. People talking MMA. You know about this McGregor fight? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I know what's happening on Saturday.
Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna go with McGregor. I'm going with McGregor.
There you have it, guys.
I think he's a better striker. He's a better striker because he fought Mayweather, so he has that advantage. He's used to big fights, and this is like probably the biggest fight of the other guy's life. So he has more experience.
McGregor with the KO.
Yep. No, I won't say KO. I would say decision. I'm gonna go with decision.
But there you have it, guys. McGregor's gonna win. Should we answer this? We got a long question. My God, he put hashtag Ask the Brain, so make sure we answer it.
Okay.
Last one. My 10-man standard league is so shallow that I only have room for 2 start and 2 bench wide receivers. Flash, well, he just played, dog. So I don't know I don't like this question already. Baldwin, Corey Davis, Alshon Ridley, and John Brown. Which 3 should I keep? Oh, like he has to drop them. He has to drop. So which 3 should I keep? Well, get rid of Brown, I guess.
Yeah, he's like the weakest of all those.
Get rid of Brown, and then, I don't know, you got to decide on the other guy. And then what I'd do is I'd get the league together and rebel against the commissioner and tell him to make more bench spots because this is outrageous.
Yes, do that. Do that.
It's like...
That's where you should be putting your
energy. An NFL team suits up 46 players. If you're in one of these type of leagues, that's like an NFL team suiting up 28 players. Not good. It doesn't work. Should I pick up Vance McDonald and start him over Jimmy Graham? I'd say no. Go with Jimmy Graham. Only concern is Jimmy Graham's health. Like you got to go with Jimmy Graham.
How are you gonna bench Jimmy Graham? Like that's crazy.
Cam or Bortles start.
We already did that. You said Cam.
I thought it was Cam or someone else.
No,
I'm going
exactly
Cam.
The same question.
And thoughts on Collins? Collins sucks. He has some value in standard leagues.
You have him. You already lost.
What? It's not looking good.
For the season, I mean. You're probably not going to win.
Hey, guys, just wanted to know this before you have Kamara. How do y'all think he will be affected with Ingram coming back? Should I be worried? No, don't worry. He will...
We already answered this on the last podcast. We went over this in length.
Check out the last podcast. Basically, he'll get less carries, but his efficiency will go up a little bit. So expect like 1 less fantasy point a week. You'll be fine.
And he'll be healthier. Stay fresh.
Yeah, that we did say that too.
Yeah. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. That does help. Hey, that helps him a lot. All right, guys. If you guys want to join the best Facebook community, make sure you go to Facebook and search for our Facebook group. It's called Fantasy Couch Fam. And we're about 25 members away from hitting 1,000.
Let's get it over. Come on.
The group is crazy, dude. So I had this this list. I wrote down Fantasy Couch goals. And I'm going through them like, damn, we accomplished half of these. And then, but one of the goals, at the very last goal, was get 500 group members on Facebook. And I was like, damn, we really crushed that number.
Oh, yeah. We doubled
it. Yeah, because we're about to hit 1,000 any day now. So it's like, damn, just seeing that, is like surreal. Like, damn, we're really at like, hey, guys, let's rally up and get 500. Like, it's at 1,000. And it's a private group, so it's all quality over quantity for sure, guys. So that's the sounds like a cool group, says Fresh Baller. It is, man. It's an awesome community. We like to keep it positive there. It's just a really fun. It's just basically like we want to keep it a place that people want to come back. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want to see what the notification is here. I don't like it. So, guys, that's on Facebook. Just search Fantasy Couch Fam. Fam as in family. That's Fantasy Couch Fam. Also, guys, go to Pro Football Focus and use MVP20 to save 20%. We're ending it right here. Make sure you're subscribed to our main YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch. Make sure you're subscribed to our second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Or you can check out the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, whatever you feel like. My name's Hussein the Brain. For Mike Mattal, we're signing off.